All right, there's a porcupine underneath the cabin. Let's go see what he's doing. They don't scare off easy. He's definitely under there. Hopefully it's a porcupine, because I only have a 22 with me. There he is. Hey, beat it. Let's go. Let's get out of here. So I got this wood out. Plywood is what they love. So that's what he's feasting on. They won't touch this lumber, but plywood, yeah. So that's what he was chewing on over here. Hey, man. Hey, let's go. Beat it. Get out of here. Pretty distinctive noise when a porcupine's chewing on your stuff. That's weird. They won't chew on the really, really old plywood. They love the fresh stuff. And this is what he was chewing on. Get out of here. Come on, man. Go. Maddening that they just will not run. You can walk right behind them and poke them with the barrel, and they'll just take their sweet time, turn around and hiss at you. So I think he's going. There he goes. Come on now. The thing is they'll come right back. All right. It's funny because I just did a little bit about porcupines on today's video shooting. Well, I'll give him about 30 minutes and I'll be back. Still waiting on my lumber to get out here, so the mission today, while I'm waiting on that, just do some small tasks around here. One of them is to fix this shaft that holds the track up. It's an idler wheel up at the top of the tunnel here. Tried to put ice scratchers on and the bolt broke off this side. Tried being as careful as I could taking the bolts out because they were not coming out easy. And I figured the chance was pretty high of me snapping one off, and I did on this side. So I just stopped. Had to order the shaft and just got this in and try to get this installed today. That way I can move the Scandic. It's in a bad spot right now. Yeah, I kind of messed up when I was putting those ice scratchers on. I was still going to be home for about a week and decided to go ahead and do this. And by breaking that bolt off, I took this machine out of service, so I couldn't work with it. It's my work sled, the only one out here. There is no redundancy right now. I got a smaller Tundra coming this winter, and that'll be my backup utility sled. It'll serve one other important purpose too, which I'll get into this winter. That brings me to the Suzuki. So the Suzuki, I was going down a path and had a bunch of, I just cleared the path and it still has some timber and some roots, some tree roots sticking up. So I was backing up, real tight space. I was in 4 low. And so the differentials are locked, all 4 wheels spinning at the same speed. And I was backing up. So all of a sudden, while I was backing up, the machine just went dead. Turned the ignition on, didn't get anything. I figured it was a fuse, and sure enough, I pulled the seat. The fuse was blown. So then started looking around, why did the fuse blow? And the only thing I could find was on this side for the rear brake pedal is the sending unit that goes up into the harness. A stick got up there and snapped that in half. Did that cause the fuse to blow? I don't know. But in any case, I replaced the fuse and it started right back up. So the problem with that sending unit being broke is it thought that the brake was on. So when you have the brake on in 4-wheel drive on this machine, it applies brake to front and rear. So my brakes were applied. So I fought it back up. I could not get it out of 4-wheel drive, and the display was blinking for 4-wheel drive. But I'm still stuck in 4-wheel drive, low. So all 4 wheels are turning at the same speed, which makes me go very slow. The steering's very difficult when it's in 4 low, diff lock. So I did some research on it. I checked the relay for the diff lock on the front, which is under this side over here, underneath the seat. And that relay is fine, because I can switch it out with the fuel relay, the same exact part. So I switched it out. The relay's fine. So the only other thing that it could really be at this point is either I have a bad switch here. Kind of doubt that. And there's one way that I can check this. That switch. So that switch is for this actuator for the 4-wheel drive. Has a little window motor in there, and I think that's what the problem is. And from my reading, they burn out. When the motor burns out, probably that's what tripped my fuse. It was the ignition fuse. Main fuse is fine, it just tripped the ignition for some reason. So I need to take this off and take a peek at it. But I don't want to do that until like the last couple days that I'm home. Because if I get in there and do the same thing I did on the Scandic and tried to fix something and I end up breaking it, while I'm at work, I need to order the parts and get them in. That way when I get home next time, I can fix whatever I mess up. But, so I'll have to unbolt this, pull it out, still keep it attached to the harness, and then I'm going to engage the switch. And then I can see if the window, the little electric window motor, and see if that motor is turning. It doesn't sound like it. I don't hear the relay clicking. So I think it's that little motor that's in there. It's very tiny, very inexpensive. It's like 20 bucks. Suzuki wants $550 for the whole actuator assembly, but I think I can just replace that motor that's in there for $22. So I'm going to try that first. So that's why I'm going to wait until the last couple days, last 2 days or so. When I no longer need this, that's when I'll get in there and play around with it. And I should be able to turn the motor or get it unengaged so that I'm in two-wheel drive, which is what I really would like to do right now. Just get it in two-wheel drive because it's pretty dry out here and there's no mud for me to go through. So I've had some questions about the flashing that's on all my buildings. Outhouse, cabin, shower, sauna. It's going to go on the new buildings that I build up here. But anyway, this flashing is to keep porcupines from chewing through plywood. And you can see some damage here where a porcupine was chewing on this. There was a wood pile that used to sit here. And if you go down here, you see he climbed up on top of the wood pile, started chewing. That's what the porcupines do. They love plywood. So I got some new wood out here. Went to work, came back. Luckily he chewed on some old wood. This is all porcupine damage from when I was at work the last time. Inside the ATV shed here, remove this piece of wood. That's what porcupines will do. They'll chew through the plywood. So the other thing it does do is kind of helps keep the moisture from the snow, which is up against these buildings for 7-8 months out of the year. Oh, I want to show you the nest that's up in here. Check them out. I got some birds in this nest here. Try not to disturb them. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. So step one, let's lighten this up a little bit because I got to lift the back end up. So I'll take the box off. My parts are in here too. The ice scratchers themselves. You definitely need a working sled out here, and I managed with one forever. But what happens is if your utility sled goes down, then you have to tow with a sled that's not meant for towing, mountain sled. And you should be using the utility sled meant for towing, pulling water up the hill, wood. So that's what the other new backup machine is also going to, where that one's going to come into play, is this thing is too wide to get through the bridge down in town. So what I'll have to do is run the new smaller utility sled all the way into town, pick up my load, get it across the bridge, park the load, detach, run all the way back out here to the cabin, then get this and go pick the load up and tow the load back. The new utility sled's going to be a Tundra, and it can't tow nearly as much as this thing, and but it can get the sleds right here across the bridge. So that's why I'm picking up another utility sled, and in the case that something were to go wrong, I have a second utility sled to run down and get water and wood. Otherwise I'm melting snow and I am doing wood by hand. I'll have to go down, cut wood, and pull it up the hill by hand. So this ice scratcher goes into the shaft right here. The other ice scratcher goes in the other side, indexes this little prong off the spring right into here. When you're done using them, you tuck them up against the rail. So you have a tunnel cooler and you have like a radiator, a heat exchanger up there. The third thing it does is you have this Hyfax plastic runner. And if you're running this without lubrication from snow or ice, it'll start overheating and you'll burn it and melt it, essentially. So it does three things: cools the tunnel, cools the heat exchanger, lubricates the track. And that's only when you're running on hard packed trails. So, all right, ice scratchers are on. I just gotta rivet the tabs on. This front one first. And there we go. If you need additional cooling, or you're running on a hard packed trail, instead of melting these or overheating, just throw your ice scratcher down and it'll kick up snow and keep you cool, keep your high facts from melting. Well, that was an ordeal putting that on. There's no way you can get those bolts out of that shaft. That or I got unlucky, because I sure tried. Everything in the book. Alright, just threw the LED headlamp bulbs in. Pair up nicely with the accessory LEDs. Let's check them out. Matched instead of having the two halogens. Should install the kit back here too while I'm at it. All right, sling load this morning, 4 of them. I can see and hear the helicopter. You're not going to be able to see it, but dead ahead. And they're going to set it over here. This is where the new wood shed is going to go. So after I unhook the load, I'll open the net up, transfer everything over to there. And the next sling load will go back over here, and I'll just keep doing what I need to do to keep a clear landing zone for the helicopter pilot.